Okay, yeah, so it's me. Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, this is me here. This is Fate. Okay, so today, as you can see on the screen already, yeah, it's very dead obvious what I'm going to say today. So today we'll be talking about Honkai Star Rail, the game. Okay, so I'll be talking about Fugue. Okay, so Fugue is one of the upcoming characters in this game. All right, which I believe is next Wednesday for UTC plus 8 time. Okay, because I live in Malaysia. Yeah, so it's for us UTC plus 8. It's going to be our time zone is going to be like next Wednesday 8 to 10, I believe. Yeah, it should be somewhere around there. Won't go too far. Right, so today's video I'll be focusing on this character and also giving some advices for people who want to pull or for people who have plans for anything. Yeah, just like as usual, like I'm giving guides and giving some other stuff on this thing. Okay, so let's start about this. Okay, so Fugue, as you can see here, is a 5-star character with the path nihility, and she is a fire element character. Alright, so fire she is a super break character, super break support character. Okay, she's like kind of like a support and debuffer at the same time instead of like just a debuffer like normal nihility. Alright, so here these are her two different things. No, different things, different attack, basic attack hits. Okay, so where are they two? Because the one you see down here, which is blast. Okay, so this your normal attack will be converted to blast. Okay, when after you use your elemental skill, and as long as your elemental skill exists. Okay, so the only difference is it's just AoE and one is just single target. Yeah, so this part doesn't really matter. So this part is where I personally think it matters the most. Okay, so here you are going to read an essay, but I'm just going to shorten or try to summarize it up for you all. Okay, so after using skill, you can assign your skill to one ally. Okay, so you can assign your skill to one ally, and the ally will have their break effect increased by 30%, and they can also do toughness reduction by attacking enemies without their corresponding weakness type. Okay, so for example, if you are playing Rappa today, Rappa, okay, and you're attacking enemies with like no imaginary weakness, okay, so you still can like kind of break it, but only like with the effect equal to 50% of the original toughness reduction. So for example, let's say your toughness reduction is like 20. Okay, so if you are hitting enemy without your character's weakness, it'll only be 10. Yeah, but at least you can break it. Okay, yeah, at least you can break it. So, and this cannot be stacked with other weakness ignoring toughness reduction effects, which technically means E6 Acheron, technically only. Okay, and weakness ignoring toughness reduction is also like Firefly's, yeah, Firefly's adjacent targets. Yeah, that's kind of like considered also. And maybe like Rappa. Yeah, I think maybe Rappa, but yeah, that's something we should consider in the future. But for now, in this video, like we are not going to go too far because of this. Okay, so after using this skill, um, Fugue will have like 3 turns of this skill duration. So 3 turns only decreases by 1 at the start of a duration, which means it's like similar to Robin, Ho Ho, or Rame. Yeah, those three. It only decreases the turn at the start of her turn. So this is technically a good thing because for this kind of mechanics where the turn only decreases at the character's turn is actually really like decision, like speed decision, whether you should want it faster or whether you should want it slower. Okay, faster because you might want to keep reapplying your buffs. Okay, but at the same time you are going to lose stack faster. Okay, but slower you might like apply some specific buff or combinations faster or slower. No, I mean slower, but um yeah, loses stack slower. But the buffs might be gone in a certain method. Okay, so that's technically how this thing actually works. Oh yeah, add-ons, while in the special state, okay, the Torrid Scorch, okay, her basic attack is enhanced, and if your ally deal the like attack with the like Tingyin skill on them, the attack target's enemy defense reduces by 18% for 2 turns. So overall, it's like a really really strong buff for break DPSs. So like, you can give it to technically a lot of people, but it's actually good for AOE DPSs. Yeah, because why? Because you can like technically hit five men and everyone will just like receive the like yeah, they'll just receive the defense reduction. Okay, so next her ulti. So this is actually one of the things that um got made a lot of joke by people. Okay, because like of not enough damage and here and there. Okay, so what this skill does is actually deals fire damage equals to 200% of her attack to all enemies. This instance of attack ignores weakness type to reduce the toughness of all enemies, triggering the fire weakness break effect when enemy becomes weakness broken in this way. Okay, so this is a good thing, I would say. It's actually a good thing because you know the problem with break DPS is if you don't break, you deal no damage. And most of the time, if you want to like start dealing damage before, you probably need to waste like 1 or 2 turns just to break the enemy toughness. And not gonna mention nowadays, the enemy toughness is actually getting more and more thick in a freaking way. Okay, so how thick is it honestly? Before that, a Sile skill can literally break quantum weakness. And now you need Rame just to like help her to speed up the break. You will know like they actually increase the toughness of the enemy by so freaking much. So this is a good thing because first it reduces like the weakness type, and it also reduces all, and it also triggers the weakness break. So this if you break it out, it triggers weakness break. So this thing helps super break DPSs to like achieve their like DPS section more. Okay, instead of like you need to waste turns to break it, and then you need to wait for like another turn or another move to continue to break and do super break. So this thing can actually help you to speed up that vacuum duration or vacuum turn, like the where you normally do a DPS loss, where you can save this and you can like reduce the enemy toughness, and then you connect up with your DPS to like immediately start doing break damage. So in a way, this I feel like this is actually a really good ulti. But the only problem is people make joke about this is the ulti cost is too expensive. Yeah, because the ulti cost like is actually last time it's actually really high. Now it's 130. Before I believe it's like 150 or something. Yeah, that's why people is like making jokes about it. It's 150 for like low damage or everything, but the whole point is actually not a damage. The whole point is like reducing their toughness. Because what matters with super break or break DPSs is you need to remove their toughness as soon as possible to achieve your like peak damage duration. Right. Next, her talent. This is the whole main sales point of Tingyun, 5-star Tingyun or Fugue. Okay. So what does her talent do is actually pretty simple. If you played the previous MOC, you will know the enemy have a thing called Exo Toughness. Okay, so this Exo Toughness, we all know how it works. It's just another buff for you to break and do another break damage. Okay, so this talent technically did the same. So while she is on the field, enemy will get additionally afflicted with Cloud Flame Luster, equal to 40% of enemy's toughness. Okay, so when the initial toughness, which is a white bar, is reduced to 0, this will be further reduced until 0, at which point the enemy will take an additional weakness break damage. Okay, so additionally weakness break damage, which means your break DPS gets another chance to do break damage. And because the fact that we all know break DPSs, their break effect are just rocket. like 300, 400, or maybe 500 sometimes. Okay, or maybe even 600. Yeah, I haven't actually seen 600. The highest I've seen is like 500. Okay, so yeah, 500. And I actually tried out my boot heal. I'm not sure about how much my boot heal is. It's like 300 or 400. Okay, the break I dealt is already like 22 220k. Yeah, around there won't go too far. So it's like you are given another chance to do break damage, which is the whole sales point of break characters. And while she is on the field, and after all allies weakness broken enemy targets, converts the toughness reduction of this attack into one instance of 100% super break damage. Okay, so this is actually pretty insane because the only reason super break is good is because of his HMC, Harmony main character, or Harmony Trailblazer. Okay, so the reason this exists means your Harmony MC can go to other team for other super break, or you can change her to another path, him or her to another path like Remembrance, as the like as what they showed on the special program. Yeah, how or their IG account, the drip marketing and whatever it is. Okay, so yeah, having the fact like you can see she already provides so many things. First, she increased break effect. Second, she can reduce enemies target defense. Okay, third, she can reduce the toughness of the enemies by ignoring all their weakness types. Okay, fourth, she provides another weakness break damage bar. Okay, five, she allows your character to convert their toughness reduction attack into super break damage. Okay, so that's just five of them, and I haven't continued the others. So as you can see, she's actually quite a really strong character already, and also kind of complete. Yeah, because like even without her signature Lycone, um, because her signature Lycone is technically just like buffing break damage, but even without the Lycone, you can already see like the buffs she are providing or the debuffs she is providing is actually pretty insane. Yeah, and pretty crazy also as an E0 character. Okay, this is E0 and S0, only by herself. Okay, next we are going to continue to talk about her technique. So her technique, after using technique, inflicts daze on enemies within an area, lasting for 10 seconds. While dazed enemy will not actively attack allied targets. Yeah, unless you decide to make them actively attack you. Yeah. So next, after entering battle via actively attacking dazed enemies, Fugue's action advances by 40%, with a 100% base chance to inflict each target with the same defense reduction state as that applied by Fugue's skill, lasting for 2 turns. Okay, so this is also one of the reasons I said you don't really have to build speed on her. Okay, because normally if you build speed, you probably want to like enter battle immediately, and then you want to immediately be the first to apply buff on your enemies. But at the same time, speed will also causes your characters to take action more frequently. So with this, Fugue's action advances by 40%. She have a really high chance. Okay, if you can use the technique. If you can't use the technique, then just go for speed. Okay, if you can use the technique, then you can perhaps just give up speed and go for something else. Okay, so after entering battle, advance action by 40%. Okay, and then also inflict each enemy target with same defense reduction state as that applied by Fugu skill. So yeah, another it's like you know how much 40% is? 40% is technically like the inner ring, inner circle where you put two piece like of the I forget what is it, but there's a two-piece set that allows you to advance action when the battle starts by 40%. Yeah, so this is technically kind of broken in my opinion because this allows her to technically immediately take action. Okay, so next, here are some bonus abilities. Okay, bonus abilities of where you can unlock through the what do you call it, traces. Yeah, the traces. Okay, so first we have Pegda Primordia. Okay, when enemy targets weakness gets broken, break effect of enemies except this unit increases by 6. And if Fugue's break effect is 220% or more, the break effect boost effect additionally increases by 12%, lasting for 2 turns. And this effect can stack up to 2 times. Yep. So in total, okay, if your break effect is 220% or more, you get like 18%. Yeah. If you don't, you just get 6%. But believe me, 220% is actually not hard to achieve. If you are using um what is the name of that set called? Wait, hold up, let me see. Okay, if you are using Thief of Shooting Meteor, okay, that set provides you 16% of break effect on 2 piece and another 16% break effect on the 4 piece. Okay, so that's 32%. Okay, if you use break effect rope, okay, you get another 64.4 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so technically you already get a 90 something there. And if you let another support to run like watchmaker or something, like Rami watchmaker or like something else, or you just get those few from the substats, yeah, then you can probably cover 220%. So it's actually not too hard in my opinion. Okay, because I assume 100% base effect is like the base. Yeah, so you just get like another 120. Yeah, so it's actually not too hard in my opinion because I already have a set pre-farm there. Alright, so next will be Sylvan Enigma. So this increases this unit's break effect by 30%. Okay. And I think this is technically permanently. Alright. So after using skill for the first time, immediately recovers 1 skill point. Okay. So this is good because you don't have to consume 1 skill points the moment you enter battle. And this is a good thing. This is actually a good thing because we normally encounter like if you apply first, then you probably will somehow end like lack 1 skill point at the end of somewhere in the first round. Yeah, so this is a really good thing in my opinion. Yeah. So the last one, after ally targets break enemy weakness, additionally delays the action of the enemy target by 15%. Right. So imagine Rame pair with this. If your DPS output is insane and high enough, yeah, then yeah, it technically is. Then yeah, the enemy won't move like until next New Year or maybe like next Christmas or something. Okay, so here are the total sum of all of traces, the stats. Okay, 14 speed, 24% break effect, and 10% HP. So including this and the one I said just now, it's actually not too hard to hit 220%. Yeah. So if you can hit without a break effect rope, I highly recommend you to go for ER rope. Okay. But hitting 220% is still necessary because 12% boost is overall like still really good. Okay. And it can stack up to 2 times. So 24 plus 6, yeah, you get 30%, yeah, which is actually pretty insane. Okay, so next Eidolons. So for Eidolons, I'm going to talk about two of her Eidolons, which is E1 and E2, and others I'm not going to talk about it because E1 and E2 matters more than literally the other ones. Okay, and unless you're a whale, okay, or you are a simp, you rather go for E6, then you can just go for it. Okay, what I'm saying here is for people who are actually considering or who have extra want to spend. Okay, so yeah, so E1 ally target with Foxian Prayer increases their weakness break efficiency by 50%. So this is, keep in mind, this is similar to Rami's weakness break effect by 50%, but the only difference is Rami is for the whole team and fugue is only for the character with your skill applied to. Okay, so you might need to keep in mind, yeah. But this is also a good thing, means you need to pocket one character to do super break damage or break DPS. Yeah. So E2, when an enemy target's weakness gets broken, Fugue regenerates 3 energy. Works also on exo toughness, by the way. So after using ultimate, advances the action of all allies by 24%. So 24% is actually a lot. It's more than DDD at refinement 1 or 2. I actually don't know because I only have 1 copies of DDD. But I know 24% is a lot. And the fact that you can regenerate 3 energy when breaking an enemy's weakness, so you can assume it's like 3 on an enemy. If the exo toughness counts as another like weakness break, then she can get 6 energy from 1 enemy. And if she can keep like spamming this, okay, she gets 6. Imagine there are like 5 enemies on the field. So So yeah, you get 30 energy just by breaking that all of them. Okay, and if you are using default shooting meteor, you get another like 3 energy for inflicting weakness break on an enemy. So if you manage to did what I say just now, you are technically getting like 5 times 3 plus 5 times 3 and plus another 5 times 3 and plus another 5 times 3. Okay, so you're getting like 60 energy back if you can break all like at the time. Okay, if you can break all, yeah. So that's technically all I want to say about it. Yeah, and the intention of like releasing fugue is actually pretty straightforward. Besides law and everything, okay. So the kit offer is actually pretty straightforward. It's good for super break DPSs, okay, and it's also good for making a character super break DPS like DPS Lingsha, but overall I feel like it's not so practical. Okay, just play your normal team. Okay, and she might be the key for future new mechanics. Okay, because although here says she's a super break character, but I mean my opinion, because I feel like they are trying to put something new into super break or just like break. Yeah, so for those who are looking forward to complete your super break team, you can probably invest in fugue. Okay, overall she's not a good investment. She's actually really really good in my opinion. Okay, I'll definitely try to get her, and I'll like test her on the first day. Okay, if I can't get her, then I'll just take my biggest L of my entire gaming history. All right, so that's probably my whole video. I know this is like a long ass video, but we have no choice. We are going through a new character, and we haven't even talked about Sunday yet, bro. We haven't even talked about Sunday. We are just talking about Fugue, bruh. Right, but whatsoever. Yeah, this is technically the whole video. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. So if you find this video any helpful, or if you have any thoughts or any comments, okay, please leave it in the comment section below. I'll try to read one by one and reply one by one. Okay, just don't be toxic as fuck. Okay, so thank you guys. I'll see you in my next video, which is probably about Sunday. Yeah, so peace.